Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. David here with another ripple effect coming to you from the office with another cryptocurrency update. First of all, I would like to thank you guys all for joining the channel, everybody for liking, subscribing, for sharing these videos with your friends and family. It is greatly appreciated. Please do click the subscribe button, the like button, the share button, and start that conversation down below. I'm going to try and get this video out pretty quickly just so that I can get the live stream started, hopefully at around 6:10. So we're going to hopefully get 2 videos out this morning. As you could see here, there's something that we need to discuss. There's a couple of pieces that we're going to try and do like a CKJ style deep dive into the information. As you guys know, CKJ loves to find information and then dig really deep through it to get to the meat and potatoes. I like to say the meat and potatoes a lot, but to get to the real substance of a situation or a scenario or power players or companies that are going to be entering in a specific space. I want to start today's video off, and I'm going to do this myself. And you don't have to answer, so this question will be mostly for the subscribers that have a relationship with us that feel comfortable. But how much money do you have in your pocket right now? Not credit cards. How much cash do you have? Pull out your cash and count it. Leave that comment down below, okay? 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. I've got $95 in my pocket right now. I can imagine, and most of that money is not going to be in my pocket at the end of the day. That money is going to go in the gas tank and towards some food today, and I probably have to go buy a new pair of socks. It is Valentine's Day. You need new socks for Valentine's Day. But that is one of the things we're going to discuss today is cash. And as you can see here on the screen, we've got something open from Wikipedia in regards to a cashless society. What entities do you transact with on a day-to-day basis that don't require you to use any cash or to have any cash? I heard I was watching the news the other day, and I rarely watch the TV, but I find myself like passing a television, and it seems like every single time I pass the TV, there's something on it that makes me believe that blockchain is the future, that at some point, every single entity is going to be running towards the blockchain and towards digitalizing their assets and their payment flows and their companies and their structures and their transacting of information and validation. But I need you guys to comment down below. This video should be full of comments, okay? How much cash do you have in your pocket? What companies do you know of that specifically don't transact in cash, where you could not literally show up and use cash at all? There's a stadium in Tampa, I believe it's in Florida, that is one of the first stadiums in the United States to go full-on cashless, which means everything that transpires, everything that transacts inside of the stadium is done digitally. And if you don't have a digital way to make those payments, you can purchase a digital way outside of the stadium. Very interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys can see the tabs up here, probably not, but I want to get into what this means. Now, we've got a couple tabs up here open that are gonna really draw some heavy correlations for us. 3 minutes into this video, guys, definitely share, like, subscribe. We have to get this message out. A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not conducted with money in the form of physical banknotes or coins, but rather through the transfer of digital information, usually an electronic representation of money. Like we've said before, most of the cash that exists is not actually most of the money that exists is not actually physical cash. Most of it exists already in digital form between the transacting parties. Cashless societies have existed from the time when human society came into existence. And I'm going to stop there. As you know, the worlds were basically created on the barter system. Before there was a specific size silver or gold coin with specific size smaller denominations of silver or gold coins so that you could make change, fungibility, exchangeability of those coins, we had the barter system. I would trade you wheat for your bricks. You would trade me cows for my land. I mean, there was a system set in place that correlated a specific set of one item for another item. Obviously, it's hard. If you've got cows, you can't say, well, how many cows equals how much wheat, or how much brick equals how much ore. Those are difficult. That's why it was important for us to create fiat currencies, currencies that existed that would be easier to transact business, like promissory notes, like the currency that we have today. Based on the barter and other methods of exchange, and cashless transactions have also become possible in modern times using digital currencies such as Bitcoin. I didn't even know it was going to say this, guys. It's very organic the way these things happen here. 5 minutes in, I got to keep a look on the time because I want to get back to the stream. I haven't even finished. However, this article discusses and focuses on the term cashless society in the sense of a move towards and implications of a society where cash is replaced by its digital equivalent, which means that the cash itself has a value and that we're going to create something digital that equals that value. In other words, legal tender money exists, is recorded, and is exchanged only in electronic digital form. Such a concept has been discussed widely, particularly because the world is experiencing a rapid increased use of digital methods of recording, managing, and exchanging money in commerce, investment, and daily life in many parts of the world. And transactions which would historically have been undertaken with cash are often now undertaken electronically. Some countries now set limits on transactions and transaction values for which non-electric payments are legally used. We got a lot of stuff up here, guys. I'm going to jump right into the big one. I watched an entire documentary the other day, 45-minute documentary on YouTube that was discussing cashless societies. Now, I was expecting, just like in this article, but I didn't know that it was going to come. I was expecting them to discuss cryptocurrency. I was expecting them to bring up Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever it would be. They didn't. But what they did do is they brought up this Better Than Cash Alliance. Okay? Now, what we need to focus on in regards to the Better Than Cash Alliance is who the players are in this alliance. As many of you guys know who the key players are within Ripple, meaning who some of the signed on companies are, or individuals that are utilizing XRP or Weezy Wind that are building companies like Tipbot and platforms that are utilizing XRP Coil and Codius and Spring and all of these things that are putting the use case of XRP on the ground. You've got to understand that there are companies. Now, I'm going to get to it. I don't want you guys to get distracted. I'm going to get right to the members. Name some of the biggest members, biggest corporate players that are signed on to partner with Ripple right now. Think of it or type it down below, because I'm going to scroll down and it should shock you guys some of the names that appear in this Better Than Cash Alliance on the internet. It's real. It has already started, guys. The following country governments, companies, and international organizations have committed to the Better Than Cash Alliance principles and to digitizing payments. As we are based at the United Nations, our alliance is neutral on what types of digital payment platforms or channels are appropriate in each market. We realize that digital payment solutions will vary across geographies, and that as innovation is a constant in this sector, digital payment options will also change quickly. What matters to us is that the shift from cash to digital payments is done responsibly and builds the foundations for inclusive growth. I hope this list shocks you guys. I hope you guys haven't heard about this, and I hope that we have. If you guys are big fans of Digital Asset Investor or Alex Cobb, take this information to them. The Better Than Cash Alliance. Now, here we go, guys. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We know that they partnered with Ripple. Citigroup, the Citi Foundation. Clinton Development Initiative. The Dominican Republic. Oh, we're going to scroll through it all, guys. Let's see. European Bank. Gap. H&M, another partner. This is really important, guys, that we've got a real Islamic Republic of Pakistan. MasterCard. Mercury Mercy Corps, People's Republic of Bangladesh. This is hopefully, guys, something that is exciting you, because as you scroll through here, understand these are countries. These are republics. These are governments. These are companies. These are some of the biggest entities in the world that have a lot. Republic of Moldova, Rwanda, Peru, Malawi, Liberia, Paraguay, Senegal, the Philippines. Did your country pop up yet? Did you guys see Republic of Vietnam? This is going to be so intense, guys. Companies like Save the Children, which transfer money across the globe. You guys have got to start to understand this. And Visa is a partner. Everybody is Unilever, another partner. The United Mexican States. Don't get distracted, guys. We've got a lot of information to cover here. Gonna jump through it. Now, what do you think some of the drawbacks are going to be to this scenario, guys? Do you think there's going to be an issue in a cashless society? Yes. Like we've said before, you have to have a way to transact business without digital ledgers existing. You still obviously have to always have a way to transact business without it being on some kind of permanent ledger. Now, the question has got to be whether or not the drug dealers and the black market users and the dark web users, if they prefer a digital asset or if they prefer a hard asset like a fiat currency, because in a fiat currency, it's completely untraceable. Okay, so if you can imagine that somebody like a drug dealer would want to be using the blockchain can be fully traced. Unless you're using a privacy coin, you can basically be fully traced. If the government wanted to find you, they could. Cash, you can hide the cash, but the cash can get ruined. There are downfalls to either side of it, but obviously there's inherent downfalls to fiat, because the fiat paradigm we're stuck in is an endless printing. Over the last decade, our society has seen a proliferation of digital commerce. Everything from the range of goods and services we buy to how we buy them has drastically shifted toward digital, bringing significant benefits to consumers, businesses, and economies. As the world becomes more connected and the use of digital payments continues to rise, what is the likely outcome for global economies? Visa set out to answer this question in a new study conducted by Rubini Through Lab, I don't know, which examines the estimated economic impact of the increasing use of the digital payment in 100 major cities around the globe. We're going cashless, guys. I want you guys to start to hypothesize what it's going to be. Like I said, what companies do you know of that are cashless already? Whether it be Uber, what theme parks can you go to? What countries can you go to that are cashless? What can you do that does not involve cash for you already? Visa's Cashless Cities report. There are cities, there are places, there are things that are cashless. The challenge of going cashless from Forbes. With the ads, the movement towards cash society has gained significant support in recent years, but a close look at the ongoing role of cash success that not everyone may benefit from eliminating bills and coins from retail services. Not everybody will benefit. There is an impossibility of saying that everybody's going to benefit. Small businesses, mom and pop shops, poverty-ridden people that don't necessarily have access to bank accounts, that might just literally have the money that they're going to transact with and the money that they're going to earn. Until we go full flip, until there's full adoption, it's going to be really difficult to get everybody into the system. While merchants and payment processing giants like Visa tout the advantages of a no-cash experience for consumers, cash continues to be the most convenient and popular form of payment for millions of Americans. It's very true, guys. And that's why I'd be curious to know, percentage-wise, how many times a day do you use cash? How many times a day do you realize that you don't need cash? And could you go full cashless now? Could you go the next week without using $1 in cash, or the next month? What would that look like for you? I'm going quick, guys. I want to get this video over, and then I'm going to jump into the live stream. No shirt, no swipe, no service. Cash is a miracle. So why are more businesses refusing it? As you can see this picture here, the dollar is fading away, guys. We've said this before. For years, small businesses have asked customers to pay cash, set credit card minimums, or added a surcharge onto card transactions in an effort to defray the premiums imposed by companies like MasterCard and Visa. Now, an increasing number of businesses are doing the opposite. Head out of Slate's offices for lunch, and you might wind up at Dos Toros, a local burrito mini chain. For coffee, you might pick Dovacon, a Colombian-born coffee house with an airy storefront. In either case, you'd be confronted with the same demand: pay with plastic. Stores are eliminating the cash registers and coin rolls in pursuit of what they say is safer, more streamlined payment processes. If you can understand this, guys, a company like an ATM company that has to fill their ATMs with cash, that cash gets deposited into, imagine the financial requirements to housing all the physical cash in a vault, or hiring the Brinks company daily to go around to all of your facilities to pick up your cash. Or if you run this small mom and pop shop that takes only cash, every day at the end of the day, you sit there with your receipts, you count all of the cash, hope that the cash isn't fake, hope that you did it right, and you just have to kind of go through that entire cash process at the end of every day. Then you have to take the risk of traveling with your cash, your $90 or your $10,000 or your $50,000, depending on what the business is and the type of revenue that you do daily. You will have to take that risk every day. There's countless videos out there of people, business people, that are walking up to their bank accounts with a bag full of cash that they're going to literally just walk in the door and deposit this cash into their bank, and they get accosted out front of the bank and have their actual physical cash stolen from them. There is a huge cost to do service with cash, which means the option to pay with card is so important as we move forward. What a cashless society could mean for the future. With the growth of contactless payment systems, the spread of mobile technology, and the establishment of open banking catalyzing faster development of digital payment infrastructure, use of cash is slowing. In the UK, only 34% of payments are now made in cash. 34%. According to the UK Finance, and debit cards overtook cash as the most popular payment method for the first time in 2017. Meanwhile, in Sweden, cash accounts for just 2% of the value of all transactions and is predicted to account for just 0.5% by 2020. Sweden, 0.5% of their entire payment transactions is done by cash. 2%. There will come a point at which the cost of maintaining the infrastructure to support cash transactions is no longer affordable, leading to an acceleration in transition towards digital payment methods. Experts are warning that rising bank charges and disappearing branches will force businesses to ditch cash before customers are ready. And then we're back at the beginning. And yeah, so you see here, guys, it's I saw in this document, I mean, in this thing that I watched the other day, it was really very interesting to see the way that they were going about it, because there was flea markets and vendors, side vendors set up on the streets, and they were accepting from people in poverty in some of these countries that don't necessarily have fully developed banking systems. They were accepting payment. I forget, Switch or Stitch, something like that was used in Europe or France somewhere, and we're going in that direction, guys. Anyway, 18 minutes. I went way longer on this video than I was expecting. It's already 6:05. Hopefully I can get this live stream put together, but I really do appreciate it, guys. If you had a chance to like this video, I really do appreciate it. Turn on the notification bell. If you have an opportunity to please share this video, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead right now and get into the research for today's stream. Hopefully I'll be able to keep that short and sweet, just like this video, 19 minutes. I really do appreciate it, guys. You are the best community in the world outside of my family and my religion. But I love you guys very much. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a blessed day, and we will see you guys in the next video. Seriously, thank you guys so much. To the moon we go.